Anyone who wants to compete in a Formula 1 race needs a super license, a kind of driver's license for participation in Formula 1. But how do you get a super license and what are the requirements for this? Almost every year, young drivers are given the opportunity to get started in Formula 1. During a race weekend, a team might put a junior driver in the car to do a free practice session or two, or they'll let them participate in the young driver test. In addition to getting used to driving a Formula 1 car, it also serves another purpose, as it gets them points for their super license. The super license is of great importance to any driver who hopes to one day appear in a Grand Prix. Think of it as the golden ticket for Formula 1, but it is not a ticket that you can just buy. The super license is all about experience. In the junior categories that lead to Formula 1, a driver can collect points that go toward their super license. Here, experience is not what counts, but instead the performance of a driver across the season. A large number of championships provide drivers with the opportunity to gain these points, most notably Formula 2, Formula 3, IndyCar, where the races take place on an FIA homologated road course, and the World Endurance Championship. Depending on your final classification in one of these championships, you'll receive points for your super license. The most points can be scored in Formula 2. For example, you get 40 points if you finish in the top 3 of the championship, but if you finish 10th, you only get 3 points. In total, you must have scored at least 40 points in the 3 previous racing seasons to be in with a chance to get your super license. You must also have driven at least 80% of a season in one of the championships. Yet you are not there with race performance alone. To actually get a super license, you must already have a license to participate in the so-called Grade A championships, although this is often the case with drivers who go for a super license. In addition, you must take a theory exam in which you show that you are aware of all the sporting regulations of Formula 1. In F1 itself, you can also get points to get a super license. For example, you can get up to 10 points if you cover at least 100 kilometers in a free practice session, which is why many teams often use a young driver once in free practice. An important new requirement that was added a few years ago is that of the minimum age. You must be at least 18 years old to obtain a super license. Previously, there was no age restriction, which meant that Max Verstappen could start in Formula 1 at the age of 17. It was later decided that it was very young and that drivers should gain a bit of experience before their 18th birthday. You probably also hear about the penalty points that come with a super license. Formula 1 drivers are often handed them out when they make a mistake. These points are then linked to the license and expire 12 months after the incident. There is a limit to it. If the total number of active penalty points increases to 12 or more, you will be suspended from one race. Last year, there was a brief fear of this as Lewis Hamilton, and in the recent past, Sebastian Vettel, Lance Stroll and Romain Grosjean came close to the 12-point limit.